Hey Gossip Ghouls, welcome to the Hot Ghouls Club, and if you love true crime and creepy cases, tap follow so you never miss an episode. As always, I'm your host Jamie.
And I'm Tara.
So like I was saying before, we went on a family walk. So you went on nice out Sunday?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, perfect. You know what? Let's get Archer outside. Let's have him have like some nice fresh air. Let's do something as a family. I want to be a fucking family. I want to go outside because Ralph was like on the video games and I was getting antsy my pantsy.
Yeah.
So he was like, all right, fine. So then we went to, Terrell. I can't remember if you've been there or not, but it's across the street from Laurel, the playground park that's in like Center Riches. And it's a mile down to the water. You go to a little beach. The beach is fucking disgusting, by the way. So that was already ruined. So it's a mile down to the beach. Then you can be on the small little beach with like that's just littered in seaweed, and the seaweed looks like actual garbage. Like there's green regular looking seaweed, but then there's white seaweed that just looked like fucking trash. It smells disgusting. It smells like low tide.
It smelled really bad. Literally on Sunday, I was down by a bay beach as well. Yeah. It was low tide.
It was like dead crustaceans everywhere, left and right. There was a man in a Speedo thong fucking tanning his cheeks.
So 10 out of 10.
Although there was this family that was set up there. They had brought their own, what's that called? That little swing hammock.
A hammock?
Yeah, They set up their own hammock. So that was like cool. That was cute. But it was like right when you like entered onto the beach, like the trail part. So it was like I have to pass by this gaggle of family that's chilling on a fucking dope ass hammock that I can't go on. And then this guy that's cheeked up that I have to fucking make eye contact with to go on the other side of the beach.
And double cheeked up on a Sunday afternoon. That's crazy.
On the Lord's Day.
On the Lord's Day. That's crazy.
And then the fucking mile hike back, I had to hold Archer the entire time because he got tired because he's only fucking 2. And I didn't think to bring like a stroller or like the wagon. I fucking bruised the bottom of my foot. Like
what?
My right foot, like right at the heel part. I don't know what I did. I don't know if it's like plantar or whatever that fucking
fasciitis.
Is. Yeah. I don't know if I got that going on or if it's just like a bruise because I'm a big old bitch trying to walk fucking 2 miles on a Sunday just to be healthy. And God's like, oh, exercise?
No.
A fat should stay inside.
A fat should stay inside in the dark and the cold. I one time when I was like working retail a lot and I was on my feet constantly, I was like right when I turned 26, I was having like terrible foot pain, terrible foot pain. And I had been in retail or in Starbucks like my whole young life. Why would, and I would wear heels all night. Like I was like, why are my feet killing me? Like I was like, no amount of massages or whatever would help. The doctor said my arch was weakening. So that was causing like too much pressure on the ball of my foot and my heel. So I had to get like inserts. I still have them to this day, but they're just like arches. So so maybe it's like something like that.
Honestly, it could be because I was wearing Crocs. And then I went, which was it being yesterday, because today's Monday, right?
Just yesterday.
So I had the OBGYN and today, and
I feel like there was an extra letter in there, but okay.
Probably.
Go on.
She, and I'm over there, and I start freaking out because I was just doing the blood draws, but I was like, I don't know if there's going to be cooter pooter play or what. Like, I don't know what I'm signing up for. I thought I was even going to talk to the lady. Didn't talk to her. It was just blood drawn, but I was like, oh my God. What if my feet smell? And now they have to smell my stinky little croc feet that went on a 2-mile walk with me.
Wait, did you get examined though?
No exam, because I had one
you didn't even get examined after all that?
I know. All the stress.
All the stress you put on us in the group chat. And you didn't even get
through it.
Seen to, oh my God. So you just went to talk to her and then they tried to take blood and you went else.
To her. I didn't even get to talk to her. It was literally just purely a blood draw.
So you could have just went to Quest the whole time?
Absolutely, yes.
But anyway, I had a nice weekend too. Thank you for asking. And welcome back to the Hot Ghouls Club.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Hot Ghouls Club. I'm Tara.
And I'm Jamie.
We have an edition of Graveyard Gossip for you guys today. It's just your 2 ghouls, Jamie and Tara, but we hope we fulfill all of your dark fantasies about true crime.
And keep them bones in your pants.
Please. This is a G-rated show.
As you can tell.
So today we have a few cases, recent true crime throughout, the country or the world, wherever it's happening. But we also have something very special. Jamie, do you want to tell them what we have?
Oh, you bet your little ass I do. So something that the ghouls were able to do recently was, everybody, click your fingers. We were able to see John Ray at a lecture hall at a library for free. Recently, what was it, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago?
It was like 2 weeks ago, yeah.
And for those who don't remember, John Ray is the attorney that was famously hand in hand with Shannon Gilbert's case. You saw him a lot advocating for her, especially working with her mother, Mary. And he's a very eccentric fella. But he goes over in this lecture, he talks about the docuseries slash show in his own words. The one that just came out.
He was shady and we loved it.
Oh my God, I loved how messy he was. It was fabulous.
Yeah, so the Peacock true crime documentary about the Long Island serial killer had come out literally like 2 days before. So he was saying like he doesn't always like this isn't something he normally like harps on or talks about because it was a lot on the family. Yeah. But it had literally just come out. So we just happened to have like he's done a few other of these he had mentioned, but I'm sure I do wonder what the other ones were like since it wasn't around the time of that documentary from Peacock.
I would love to go to another one. I loved how he did it, the whole thing.
He's very thorough. He's very smart. He's been doing this a very long time. Yeah. He's been a lawyer for decades.
Absolutely, yeah. And he has like his own firm where he has like he said, like 30 or something people working there. I can't remember how many he said. But he's got his own team and they do like really great stuff. Yeah,
he does have like a pro bono program. Yeah. Where he works with people.
Yeah. And I have a breakdown too of the recent public lecture. So that way we can kind of go through a little bit easy point to point. Yeah. So I do want to talk about his vibe though, because his vibe was kind of like everything.
Let's talk about his vibe.
So he wore a suit with a black button up and gold metallic paisley, and I fucking lived.
Yes. And if you have seen the Gone Girls documentary on Netflix, he's actually featured in it. He dresses like that too. Like he's very colorful, very eclectic. And he even said something about like in the very beginning he made like a joke about his appearance, like about his clothing. But he wears like a pinky ring. He definitely had like a signet ring. I don't know if it was a pinky ring or like on one of his inner fingers, but yeah, he's an eccentric guy. He's like a dandy,
and he owns it too. He like he knows it. Yeah, he embraces it, and I kind of love that about him.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's in like his 60s or 70s. Like he's older.
And you want to know something fun too?
What?
So I was actually able to read his aura while there.
Stop.
Not joking. So he had a blue base aura that went into like a green aura. Okay, so light blue is somebody that's good with communication. They're truthful and with peace at things that are going on around them. And green is usually people with jealousy, passion, nature, competitiveness. They seek harmony and has a harmonious nature with the world around them. Which is like kind of perfect for like even what he's doing as an attorney.
Lawyer, yeah.
And how he's been so obsessed with Shannon's case and like really bringing light to it. I feel like that
he is a passionate man.
Very passionate.
Very passionate.
And very good at communications.
I thought he was very well spoken. I think, I also think like for somebody his age and how busy he is too, like
he together still like really well.
Yes, I agree. Like, and I think that there was a few times he had to look back at his notes, but not often. Yeah. And I just feel like I bet like back in the day, he was one sharp guy, like a lawyer, absolutely, like a defense attorney. Yeah. He's like defended murderers.
Like when he was up there, he was in the same vibe as like if you or I would like go in front of like public speaking and just like, especially me, I could say. Like, I would need to refer to my notes, like, more than a few times to make sure, like, I'm hitting what I want to hit.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do a public speaking.
Him, back in his day, he probably didn't even need to fucking do it once.
He didn't need a piece of paper.
He's got all the tabs in his head open.
No, he was really great. So, thank you, John Ray. But we talked about his aura and his vibe. Do you want to get into...
So, all the notes I have is, like, basically how he spoke throughout the lecture.
Okay.
Like, what he hit on. So his next thing that he said, he actually put in 30 to 60,000 no, I'm sorry, 30 to 50,000 hours between himself and the team working on the Lisk case itself, which is kind of crazy pants.
Yeah, it doesn't just stop at Shannon Gilbert or the Gilbert family, because he did also, I don't know if many people know this and not something we really want to get too deep into, but unfortunately Shannon Gilbert's sister had a psychotic episode and did murder their mother.
Yeah.
I believe he defended the sister.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
He did. Obviously, it's kind of like, I'm sure he just defended her in the sense of like it was a psychiatric episode, you know, get the best sentence for her that he could. But his knowledge and stuff doesn't, not that it doesn't have to do with Shannon Gilbert, but like because she's so connected to Lisk, like he really knew a lot.
It's like a clear evidence that him and his team had immersed themselves so fully in Lisk. Like all aspects around it. He could speak to it like back and forth all the way around it.
Yeah.
Another thing that he pointed out was the connection between 50 Cent, which is kind of crazy. 50 Cent, the lawyer, and how... So 50 Cent, for those that don't know, is actually from Huntington, Long Island. His lawyer is Bob Macedonia.
Yes, or whatever it was, but I remember it was a crazy name like that.
So he, who is also the same lawyer to Asa Huerman, Rex Huerman's wife, and
that's crazy to me though.
Yeah, the connection of all of them having the same lawyer and being on the same, like, the production company having them together too. It's very like, that's wild.
Yeah.
Like, it's obviously a clear publicity kind of controlled thing, and that's why also I think why what's his face Ray made it a point to say it was more of a show than an actual docuseries, because it was so protected. You weren't just getting these people's unfiltered answers as much as like you thought you were getting, because a lot of it was dialed back or believed to be dialed back by Macedonia.
No, I mean, I couldn't see that. Obviously the 50 Cent's production company produced the show, and he shares a lawyer with the Long Island serial killer's family. Yeah. Not Rex Huerman's lawyer, his family's lawyer.
Yes.
Because they have lawyered up, obviously. People, I mean...
Like, you would be dumb not to. Like, you have to.
You'd be dumb not to. I know that Asa had also initially filed for divorce, but then I think she rescinded that for divorce or withdrew it, whatever the case is. But, you know, their family is being put under question because of the extent of his murders. And
Did she rescind it? I thought they completed it so that way she would absolutely get the family assets, like the house and stuff. I think she didn't agree with it. I think she still like says that she loves him.
She still loves him and stuff.
And all that. But they did get the divorce. She didn't change her name or anything. So that
just to protect the assets.
Exactly. So that way if anything happens
the 300
to him,
guns.
And that's why she asked for it back. How fucking weird.
Yeah. So obviously John Ray was, sort of insinuating that there was maybe a bias with how they made the show. Which you certainly could see. I mean, they didn't talk to a lot of people that they talked to at for Gone Girls. And it was more so like the family story.
Yeah.
And what they think. And it's a very like contradictory documentary. Like just thinking about how
it really is, yeah.
The daughter thinks that he did it, but the mother doesn't. So how are they living in the same space? And all of the ritualistic and satanic things that they had.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. And that's why he was leaning into almost it being that could potentially be like a ritualistic case. Like it's not just
right. It's not just Rex doing it on his own. And then there was this guy we called Green Shirt who was pretty like good combative like to John Ray. Like also like, come on, you don't really think this, and you can't really blame the family or whatever, right? But I think John Ray had a really good point, was that no, like it's not weird if people have tribal decorations or even satanic things in their home, or maybe they lean more into dark art and things like that. But it is weird when it's tied to what's going on with the family. Yes. It all has to do with context. We're not saying that like, I mean, there's whole churches of Satan that are good people that are just trying to like live by their vices and not vices, but like live by their true selves, right? And that's not what he was saying. Like, I mean, he was a very religious man, by the name of the thing that he had formed, but He just kept going, should it be? What did he keep saying? Should it be investigated or should it be looked into? You know, that was like his thing.
Yeah,
like,
should this be investigated?
Should this be investigated? Like, maybe it should be, because it's just a very weird coincidence that like some of these things were happening, like the pictures that the daughter liked and the shoes missing and the hanging. Like, there's just a little, you know, I feel like I'm just like spewing right now, but it's weird.
No, it is weird. And that's what he was saying. On top of the shouldn't this be investigated was shouldn't this fact have been looked at? That was another. This guy was very quotey, so that was another.
Yeah, he's a quotable guy.
Absolutely.
He goes, "That's why I have the mic and you don't."
Slay.
Green shirt. But yeah. So what are some of the other points that he brought up?
So some of the other points was leading back to what you were saying, essentially about how it's relative with the family and not only like the ritualistic possibilities of it all, but also like the house size too of it all. So one of the DAs, they went on to say that Rex had probably hundreds of prostitutes servicing him throughout his life. One of the biggest things that was his call out was the family's closeness and proximity, especially because they was it like a 1,200, 1,300 square foot house.
It is a small house.
Rickety ass house.
Like, I think... Do you think it's like the size of your house, but just the first floor? I think it's smaller than the first floor of your house.
I think it's
like it would
about
be broken up into different areas because there would have to be bedrooms on the first floor, and there was a basement. Yeah, but like you have a full upstairs, like with bedrooms. So you have an extra room. You know what I mean. But even I'm like giving you out the layout of Jamie's home. Like, think about 2 grown adults sharing a room, and then a grown adult daughter and son. Yeah. And you're saying you're
like
never...
This room would be off limits to everybody.
Everybody.
That's outside of Rex, 3 other people that are living in that house. That's crazy to me.
No, that would be crazy.
And then not only that, was he bringing up the fact that Rex had the steel door, and that the steel door had like a submarine opening to it, and that one you got into the submarine. Yeah, because it's metal. It was a room encased in soundproof barrier with a whole bunch of guns. And he made the joke. He was like, "Why? Because a bunch of guns sitting on the shelves are going to be so noisy." Yeah,
John Ray, like, the man that you are. No, seriously, he brought up a lot of good points that are not. I don't know if it's for the sake of like. Listen, like, we don't know what's in the DA's mind or the prosecutor's mind in terms of like, do they think it would be a harder case if we charge the whole family, and you're more likely to get them. They're most likely to get them found not guilty if you have so many players in the game. Yeah. Or do you just go after your sure thing? Yeah. Or are they really so blind they're not even thinking, like this whole time they've just been investigating him, are they not really thinking about the family?
Because right now they went on record saying that the family's not even being investigated. Like they're not even being looked at because of the vacations that were so-called happening during the time of the murders, which was also another point that he had brought up, that John Ray and his team had called up a few of these hotels when they went
they called up one hotel in Atlantic City. Yeah, that they got that they got confirmation for.
Yeah, and just to find out that the bank statement that Rex Heuermann has been using, or his defense attorneys have been using to say that their family has been on vacation, he calls them up and finds out that that's not the time that they actually checked in. Yeah, it's like days after the fact.
Yeah, and it all lines up with like one of the people who had gone missing, one of the women, I think in like 2009 or something. It's also kind of weird how often the family would go to Atlantic City or like these short trips right outside of Long Island, and he would never go. Yeah. But you know, neither here nor there. I also want to say, like, at the same time, I'm totally understanding of even that one guy's point of view, is that like, we have to also think like the family had nothing to do with it. There is that possibility. And this is like a very traumatic thing that they're going through. Like, you have to learn that, like, okay, that guy is Rex Heuermann, right? And he's a Long Island serial killer. But maybe to his daughter, I don't think he was, but, you know, just to say he was this loving dad who always took her out on her birthday, or always did this, or always helped her with her homework, or picked her up from school every day, or taught her how to ride a bike. Like, that man can be both those people, and that's super hard to reconcile within yourself. So I can understand why Asa is like conflicted.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be public about it.
No.
I would be personally, I wouldn't be handling it. I think I like really do know myself, and I don't think I would be handling it the way that they are handling it. I don't think I would go onto a documentary while the trial is still pending.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sitting on the porch looking at the paparazzi. Like especially if I didn't know that this was going on under my nose, I think I would feel a deep sense of shame.
Yeah.
And guilt.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would be super conflicted, especially if the man that I've been with for so long is telling me it's a lie.
And it's so hard to, like, for them, because not to people read, but I have seen her, the way she acts, especially when she's, the paparazzi are, like, attacking her and Asa outside the courthouse and all that. I think the first time they went there was when something happened. They were involved somehow, and they had an answer for it. I forget exactly. I think it might have been the whole hotel thing. Mm-hmm. And well, she's at court, there's like video of her like smiling and just like doing these weird, like, I guess because you can be an uncomfortable person and do all that, but like, I don't know, also in the midst of things like there's women that have been brutally murdered and you're like
brutally murdered by your husband.
Yeah.
Like mothers have lost their daughters.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just weird, you know what I mean? But I don't read people, you know, professionally or anything like that. But I think that is definitely a weird quirk to look at. And not only that, but also Rex Heuermann's family in general, right? So John Wright, he went into saying how his relatives are very sketchy people. One of them being his brother Craig, who murdered a cop and is known to be violent. And I think his uncle Kenneth, who I can't remember exactly how he's related. I think it might be an uncle, but he was a Lutheran minister, but he was actually involved in child porn and doing satanic rituals, whatever that might be. They didn't really I didn't dig in. He didn't go into it from what I can remember.
But those are very alarming things to all be in one family.
Almost seemingly hand in hand to what we're seeing with the Heuermann family. Right. So like the ritualistic aspect of it all, you know, seeing the Baphomet, whatever that guy's name is, up on the wall. The what is it?
Behemoth.
The red bracelet that he called out. The
Kabbalah.
Look at you go.
I know.
Look, and the art, like the really fucked up art of like dismemberment and
just fucked up art.
Just completely fucked up art.
No name.
Yeah. On Tumblr at Tumblr, fucked up art.
Tumblrart.com. No, but yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. Like it is very weird. It's being very weird coincidences if it is not true, you know? Yeah. But I think what's the most important thing right now is that Rex gets charged and put behind bars for the rest of his life.
One of the newer things too, I'm probably going to end it with this one, is unless you have anything else to add.
No.
2 more things actually. One of them makes me laugh. The first one being that Sandra Castilla. So she was one of the more recent murder victims I would add to the list, and she was found in Southampton, I believe, Hampton Bay specifically, and she was found by hunters. She was found posed, I believe mutilated, and one of the biggest things was that she had wood chippings that were like spread around her body.
Yes.
So if you guys don't know, John Bitroff, he was convicted of 2 murders of prostitutes. John Bitroff's from Manorville, and one of the biggest things was that he was almost convicted of Sandra Castilla, but they weren't able to exactly pin it on him. It was believed that he was the murderer of her for a very, very, very long time, until Rex came in the picture, essentially. But what happened was that with his murder victims and Sandra, was that all of them had the wood chipping sprinkled around their body. So there's that connection with Sandra and the other 2 that John Bitroff is in jail for right now. And he was saying, John Wright, that Bitroff, before any of this even came to light, was that he had put it together an appeal that looked really, really good for him, because he's maintained his innocence since the beginning of all this. And that now with this added situation of Sandra being tacked onto Rex, they believe that there might be because his appeal is happening soon, that, you know, something big might come from this.
You think that he's going to try to blame the other 2 on Rex?
Absolutely.
Even though we're thinking more that maybe they work together. But I am actually not of that mind. I don't think that serial killers have the ability to work with anyone
else. But you want to know
else.
something interesting?
What?
So I have a friend that works at the Riverhead courts system, and she was saying how she was walking down the hall. She saw Rex. Rex winked at her. She's got red hair, so she fits his profile, like what he likes.
I'm sorry. I'm disgusted.
So we were like shooting the coup back and forth, and she goes, if you ask me, I think a lot of these people have, a lot of these higher up people, DAs, cops, they have like a rink, and that Rex is their fall man, and that this is like a constant thing of like a sex trafficking rink that a lot of people in the higher up like situation is in charge of. And she said something along the lines of like the reason why the prostitutes aren't getting the help they need is because they're essentially repeat offenders that they can keep in like a vicious cycle and just keep arresting. And it works out for them. It works out for everybody.
Okay. I don't like that.
I was like, whoa. But that goes to also what John Ray said.
What did he say?
With the lace girl party or lace.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
lace
yes,
party
yes.
girls. The last thing I do want to say is how he absolutely dragged Asa for her fucking teeth.
Oh, he dragged Asa
He
for
brought
her
up her teeth
green
like 6 different times.
I tried to find photos of her teeth like that night.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
did you see
fucking
it?
crazy.
She's crazy. Yeah, he was like saying she's a fucking meth head.
Because he was like, you don't get teeth like that unless you're on fucking drugs. Like, that's just...
Yeah, you
that's
don't.
not just neglect.
That's not just neglect, no. Your husband was like a pretty, like, successful architect with his own firm in Manhattan.
Working on projects that were worth millions of dollars for you to have teeth like that is not... And a house like that.
Well, thank you, Jamie. That was great. It was really nice seeing John Ray.
It was.
We'll certainly go to another one if he ever does another lecture. We love kind of hearing his point of view of somebody that's worked so close into this case. Our very first case that Jamie did a phenomenal job. It still sits at our most listened to episode 1 of the Long Island Serial Killer. So if you haven't,
Go listen.
It's episode 1.
She's a good one.
And we have regular updates with what's going on because it is an ongoing case with Rex Huerman.
Yes. Unfortunately, we don't have any updates currently as of yet. Still waiting to hear the deliberations come through on whether or not the judge is going to miss the DNA evidence in court. And obviously, that's going to be could be such a big blow to the prosecution. So I think rightfully so, the judge is really taking his time making that decision.
Yeah.
You know.
But let's put him back. Put him back in bars.
Yeah.
Fry him. Just kidding. I'm going to cut that out. Okay, so I'm going to go on to my first case.
Let's go.
It is a grotesque case. I will tell you this. So Tabitha Worrell gathered with friends and family to mourn her 24-year-old son, Torian Williams, who was killed in a car crash in May of 2022. So this is a few years old, but it's coming to light. Because at the scheduled viewing, it turned into something of a horror movie. As mourners leaned in to pay their respects, they recoiled in horror. Torian's body was reportedly covered with and consumed by clumps of maggots across his face, nose, and mouth.
That's fucking awful.
Yeah, so Worrell is suing the funeral home.
Rightfully so.
And this is why it's come to light, because she's just starting the lawsuit.
The last image that you have.
That is something that she calls out. So Tabitha's lawsuit alleges the funeral home staff purposely ignored the infant station. The lawsuit alleges that the maggots had burrowed into his cheeks and mouth, creating new holes that horrified everyone present.
Oh my God.
Amid the chaos, employees allegedly try to hush Worrell. Don't you make a scene, one of them reportedly admonished her, while another dismissed the grotesque scene, shrugging, flies got to him. Meanwhile, attorney Kevin Sharp blasted the incident as a grotesque freak show. Now Tabitha is seeking justice and $5 million. That's it. This is in Australia, so she's seeking $3.4 million for emotional trauma inflicted by the horrifying display. Snelling Funeral Home, a branch of Holloman Brown, has remained mostly silent, expressing only condolences and asking for patience while the litigation unfolds. So the lawsuit is set to go to court on July 28th, and it's definitely shaping up to be a spectacle. So stay spooky. I don't know why I just said that. Whatever. So I will, come back with an update on
That's
how that
fucking
goes.
Crazy. I hope that she gets more, honestly. that is fucking something that you're going to live with for the rest of your life. That's your baby.
That's your baby. That's the last time you're ever going to see him. He was killed in a car accident. It was a complete, you know, like
freak accident.
I don't know if the car accident was a freak accident, but it's, you know, when it's like so immediate and like out of nowhere sort of thing. And not that
it's not like she's sitting on him like, you know,
yes,
inside this funeral home.
Clearly he wasn't refrigerated properly.
Obviously, yeah.
So I wonder what that means in terms of like how many other times does this happen where they have closed caskets? Like, also, like, if they saw this happening, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, here's also my thing is like, we got to do accountability. Yeah. And so if you see this is happening, you've made the mistake. You've done the horrible mistake by disrespecting somebody's child's dead body, which is the only thing they have left of their child. Yeah. And instead of coming forward and letting them know what happened and apologizing profusely and saying you
pretend that
you do a closed casket.
Yeah.
You let them have an open casket so the mother has to see that.
Yeah. There's no fucking way that somebody did not see that before they had that family come in.
And you usually have like your funeral within a week at most.
Yes. That's the crazy
What was it in
thing.
Like a sauna?
Truly.
So fuck Snelling Funeral Home.
Yeah.
And the Bolleman Brown branch of whatever. We hope that Tabitha Wells gets all of the money she is asking for and more.
I hope that place gets absolutely drained dry of what they have to their name.
Bone
that's so
dry.
Fucking disgusting. I can't.
Disgusting. Anyway, Jamie, what's your story?
Another disgusting one. So there was this ex-reality star, Tamika Sue Ann Rose Chesser.
I'm
mouthful.
Sorry. Oh my God. For a second, I thought mouthful was going to be another name. I'm like, no fucking way. Wait, can you say your name again?
Tamika Sue Ann Rose Chesser.
Tamika Sue Ann Rose Chesser.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So she was more known for Beauty and the Geek. She was a runner-up for Australia against it. Yeah, so she got pretty far in the competition. I think she was like the one of the last two. She lost anyways. But so Tamika Chesser, she's been charged with the murder of her boyfriend, Julian Story. What police know is that on June 17th, actually, I don't know if it's the 17th or the 19th, two different news outlets were stating different dates, so I don't know which one it is exactly, but they got a emergency services call to go respond to a small building fire to an apartment in Port Lincoln, which is a town in South Australia. So we're in Australia.
Oh my God, we both did Australia stories.
Isn't that fun? So when they get there, they get to the source of the fire. They are met with the burnt remains of Julian, and a quick inspection of the body, they find that he no longer has his head. Like
that
a
would
quick
be
look.
A very
No
quick
head.
inspection. I'm telling you right now, it would probably take me less than a second to figure that out.
Where's that man's head?
No head.
No head. Sir, call the cops. Okay, so and then what they also know is that when they arrive on scene, they find Tamika. She's in the backyard. She's actually in a seemingly catatonic state, so they just don't get anything from her. She's not responding. She's just kind of staring off into the distance.
Me every night.
Truly. As of right now, the head has not been found. Police are asking the public to go through any and all video footage.
Sorry, the head has not been found?
No, they haven't found the head. And then, so they're asking the public if they can go through their CCTV footage or ring footage to see if they can find anything, or if the public can find anything, because they've tried time and time again to try and locate it. They did get a CCTV video footage of Tamika during the time of this murder. She's dressed in like full black. She's got like this black scarf on. She's got like, it's wrapped around her head, her face, all black clothing, black socks, black shoes. She ends up having this bag with her, and they actually say they believe the head was in this bag while she was walking these little dogs. And
what else could it be?
For whatever reason, they did have a picture of like, you can see inside that bag, but it was like blurred out. But it didn't say if it was like the head that was blurred out or whatever. So okay. I'm assuming that it was the head that was blurred out. So they just kind of give her a picture of what she looked like during those days to see, kind of keep your eyes out for that. And during this time, Tamika's sister, she's actually going on record. She's saying that Tamika is clearly going through a psychosis and that this isn't something that she would have done or ever thought to do regularly. I And they also don't see any motive right now for this killing. So they're just she's being held in a psych center or psych ward.
Oh, she was caught. Okay. Oh yeah, she was. Now
there,
I'm like, oh sorry, I was like, oh my god, she's on the run with the head, but no, the head is just missing. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh so my god.
They don't have any. She's not giving any information about the head. I don't even know if she's actually talking right now.
Who knows if she remembers? Not to say she's not at fault. I mean, it's her fault.
She could be an actress acting her heart out right now. But we don't know. We don't know. It is.
We won't know. But Jamie will absolutely update us.
I will. I'm sure it's going to be
because that's fucking insane. Mm-hmm. And you don't usually hear it of the woman killing. I mean, not that you don't, but this is barbaric.
It's crazy, especially because they say that there's no motive right now. But
well, if she went into a state of
psychosis,
well,
maybe no rhyme or reason.
I happened to come across like a TikTok where I'm actually seeing that there's more than one TikTok, and it's this girl. It was right before I came over, like right after work. This girl, this isn't funny, but she went into a state of psychosis last summer or the summer of 2021, and she was convinced that Lil Dicky was doing a private performance in her town in a restaurant. She stayed in that restaurant for 4 hours. Because she was convinced, she's like, I feel the vibes. Something is definitely going on. She recorded herself. She was like she's like the employee door where I was convinced Lil Dicky was getting ready.
Yeah.
I think in the video. And then another video, she said like
Does she have blonde hair?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen
in her. This video, she was like, in this video, I was convinced Lil Dicky was talking to me. Like he wrote this song for me and was talking to me through this song. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what's just like so... And somebody even comment, they're like, thanks for saying this. Like, it is kind of funny, but it also is like awareness to just how like insane like it could be. But I just find it so crazy that like, I'm like, Lil Dicky?
Somebody I know went through a psychosis.
Like, just like, why Lil Dicky? You know?
Why Lil Dicky? Yeah.
I think it was Lil Dicky or Lil Gravy. Whatever. One of the Lils. You know somebody who went through psychosis?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we should.
It was scary. Because they like turn into a whole different person.
Selena Gomez went into psychosis.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I watched her documentary on Apple. I loved it.
Yeah,
I actually did. And they, her friends were like,
they could tell.
No, they like visited her at the hospital, and it's like her peoples like completely took over her whole like guy. Like it was crazy. Like she was just like gone.
That's crazy.
Okay, so moving on.
Yeah, what's your next?
I have another funeral home.
Oh my god,
isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
story. So. John Halford, co-owner of Return to Nature Funeral Home in Penrose, Colorado, has been sentenced to 20 years in federal prison after admitting to a horrific crime spree between 2019 and 2023. So authorities uncovered a building infested with insects and stacked with nearly 190 decaying corpses. Some rooms so packed that FBI agents had to lay boards just to walk across them.
I've seen this. I see the headlines.
So... what the crime was, unfortunately, is that grieving families were duped into paying for cremations, but received urns filled with nothing but dust or worse, concrete mix. Mm-hmm. In 2 cases, the wrong remains were even buried. The Halfords siphoned nearly $900,000 in COVID-19 relief funds, blowing it on luxury cars, designer goods, and cosmetic treatments.
I remember when this like came out.
This one, there was like a victim testimony, and it's not funny, but it was this little boy named Colton Sperry talking about his grandma, and like it was like from 2019, and he was a little boy and he was just crying about how much like you couldn't even see him over the victim like testimony, like the stand, and he was just crying about how much he loved his grandma and like how they had the ashes at the house for her and like all of this stuff, and it was really depressing.
That's fucking terrible. And didn't they only get charged with like wire fraud?
Yes. So federal prosecutors sought 15 years. But they pushed for the full 40 because, well, it's not, they were charging them with fraud.
Yeah.
Because they were charging them with the fraud of what they were doing to the families, like giving them fake cremation stuff and stuff like that. So I think the fraud is the big case. Obviously the desecration of a corpse is in there, but they went for the fraud case.
What does it have more time to it or something?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it has more time to it. And then
crazy to me.
And then the top I think was 20 years, and the judge pushed for the 20 years sentence because they said this is not an ordinary fraud case. She was like, you are a disgusting human being for what you've done. Halford also faces sentencing in August on 191 state counts of corpse abuse.
Yeah.
And then his wife, Carrie, is going to trial in September.
Oh my God.
He's like doing this and just like trying to it's like he did it a few times and he got away with it, right? And nobody caught on to them. And that's why it happened 190 times.
And he's got bodies building up in the fucking basement.
And like, how do you live with yourself when you do something like that? Like you're...
Like, how do you even... Yeah, like, how are you functioning?
Because at first I'm like, why would they do it? And then I realize it's because you pay a lot of money for a cremation. And so I guess what... Like, do they not have an incinerator? Like, how are they even, like, charging people for cremations? Like, is nobody catching on?
I can't imagine it being that hard.
Neither can I. I don't know what goes into a cremation. I don't know what the power is behind.
Yeah. I just
those
don't think
machines.
There's so many steps.
I just think you
do it.
You know what I mean? You do it. You just do it. As long as you have the machine.
Poly Pocket press on.
You got to clean it every once in a while, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But the ashes just fall to the bottom and you scoop them up.
And something tells me that you could afford to pay somebody else to clean that. Like hazmat people.
At this point, and then also getting $900,000 in COVID relief funds.
Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah. Like, I can't imagine how that feels to be that type of person that can walk the earth and like do such a scummy thing and not like have those morality like values and stuff like that where you don't feel like it's gonna eat you alive. Like, I can't imagine how that's gonna feel so negative.
So
like
negative.
You know what I mean?
I can't imagine like what they felt it's like when somebody murders someone and they get away with it.
Yeah.
And what you feel every day.
Every single day you wake up.
If you're a normal person, you feel sick to your stomach.
Yeah.
If you're not a normal person, you feel joy.
Ooh, talking about normal people.
Oh.
Do you remember Brian Kohlberger?
For the Idaho murders?
Uh-huh.
Idaho murders? I don't know what that was.
Oh my God, you have such a great brain. I could actually never with these names, these places, these anythings. I'm surprised every time.
Thank you.
So he took a plea deal.
What?
Plea deal. It just happened like maybe 2 hours ago. He accepted a plea deal.
Well, what is it?
So instead of getting
a
death penalty, he's pled guilty to receive life in prison without possibility of parole, and that's it. So
he did it.
So he did it
because he wouldn't have taken that plea deal if he didn't do it. Do you think? Or do you think?
No, absolutely not.
No, absolutely not. Right?
If I would literally rather die and preach my fucking innocence and know that I'm gonna go to
unless it's only like
place.
a 2 year. I mean, if it's like if you're like, oh, you do 6 months and you're charged with murder, I'm like, okay, just put me in. I'll work out.
Some free.
I'll work out for 6 months. You know what I mean?
Free You'll be able to calorie deficit be really good.
So either he was gonna go to trial and the death penalty was on the table
because his only defense was that he was out scuba diving alone.
I'm sorry. He said he was scuba diving. Where was he scuba diving? Where in Idaho? Where's he scuba diving?
Fucking lake.
No, they don't scuba dive in lakes unless they're looking for bodies. That's my opinion.
Place for him to plant his victims.
Well, he just left them there. So he admitted to it. That is breaking news.
Yeah. I was like, what the
Congratulations.
fuck? Thank you.
For
oh my God.
That.
We have to make sure we say happy 4th of July.
Okay. Happy 4th of July.
Thank you.
So wait, I'm shook to my core. Brian Kohlberger. Wow. Accepts plea deal in Idaho student murder case. I wonder if he's going to say anything. I wonder if he's going to do a statement like, even though I pled guilty, I didn't do it.
I know it's going back to court Wednesday. So maybe we'll hear something. Maybe we'll hear a statement from him then.
Oh, okay. So one of the victims' families is not happy. Not that they're not happy. They're just not happy about the communication.
Because apparently this was the... prosecutors were saying that this is good because then it's like certainty. You're not going to have to be one of the family members of the victims that he would be putting in decades worth of appeals of his conviction. Like you don't have to deal with that because that's not a possibility for this plea deal.
There's also the possibility he didn't get found guilty. There's always that possibility.
That what?
He was found not guilty.
Oh yeah, going
if they
through,
went
like
to
if
trial.
you went through trial. Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
you know, like I don't know I don't know if I've heard of what any physical evidence that they have on him. Like I think they have some like cell phone stuff, but I haven't really looked. I've actually like really stayed away from the Idaho case, just because like it was so grotesque and I was
It was crazy.
It was so unsettling.
Yeah.
And unsolved, obviously. So I think
And
I'm
then
maybe
especially like the text between the
yeah. I listened to a podcast on it recently, and I was like, wow, that is horrible.
Yeah.
Like how they were just like away, like all of the events that had happened were just grotesque. Like it was just so sad to think about those college kids having to deal with that and the survivor guilt they must have, and
absolutely
all of those things. I know one girl dropped out of school like immediately. Like it's horrible. Like it's so sad, and it's just so not my vibe. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's that one's a heavy one for the heart for sure. Just because it's like I find like the younger they are, the harder it is to kind of like dive into, just because it's like something that you never really forget.
Yeah, and I think it's like for me, I don't know why I feel like for college kids, like it's like the Sarah Lawrence like cult too, like it's their first taste of freedom, and it's like the first time they're truly vulnerable without the people around them who have protected them their whole lives. And a lot of the time those people that protected them their whole lives are also scared as hell that their babies are out there.
Yeah.
But they're trying to do what society wants us to do, which is what they feel is the right thing, is to let them spread their wings and, you know, do their own thing. But to think that some monster can come in and just rip that away from them is...
Yeah, there's somebody that just posted on Facebook like an hour or so ago. They were saying how we spoke about this briefly at some point, I don't remember, but we were saying how like I'd rather have the kids come here or have sleepovers here, because I know my family, I know what we're about. I know that the kids will always be safe, right? So there's this woman that, I think it was today or yesterday, she let her kids finally go a block over to a boy's house. It was her. She had two girls, let them go play with two boys that they've been friends with essentially their whole life. She was like, you know what, whatever, I won't go with you guys this time. I'll let you have it. Okay, fine. So then, sure enough, she does that. Her two girls call her up immediately. They go, there was this man that was in a red pickup truck saying that he knew you, that he said for us to get into his truck, and that he was going to bring us home. And then she was immediately sped out from where she was, went back to go grab them. Turns out, obviously, she didn't send anybody, that the guy just lied, said that was a friend of the parents, and to get in the car. So that's happening right now in our neighborhood.
I find that I don't find that crazy, because the girls did the right thing by calling their mom and saying no. But I feel like stranger danger was so drilled into our heads. When I was in the first grade, I was at my babysitter's house, which was at the end of my block, like that I lived on, the short, like the 10 to 15 houses down at most, right?
Yeah.
And my best friend at the time and her mom, for some reason, were at my babysitter's house. I can't remember the context. They lived across the street from my house. And she said, Tara, do you want me to take you home? And I said, no, I'm not allowed to get into the car with adults. And she was like, excuse me? She was like, I don't know if I should be proud or pissed right now. She's
offended.
Like, you're not supposed to get in the car with fucking strangers, not me. Like I had known, like I had been like, we live across the street from each other.
Yeah.
But my mom, like, we didn't really like them anyway, and they like asked my parents for money. But like they my mom, I just like was like, I wouldn't even get into the car with people I knew.
Yeah. That's good.
That's crazy.
You let anybody in your car.
I know.
You let anybody in. You guys, somebody needs a ride. You ask Tara.
I think about it
like,
every time I
in.
see somebody, even like an old man. I'm like, should I pick him up with a cane? Old man with a cane carrying grocery bags. You don't feel bad?
No, not at all. Not even a second. I barely even look at them. Barely even look.
Yeah, Kevin hates
Won't catch me tripping on that.
Won't catch you tripping. Okay, well, I'm happy that there is some closure in the Idaho murder cases.
Yeah.
I hope that this brings a little bit of peace for the families that were affected, and I hope that this guy gets maggots in his face.
He deserves it.
That's the type of guy that deserves it.
Do you have any more?
I have one more.
I have one more. Okay, you go.
Okay, so this one I wanted to do because it is the last day of Pride Month, and obviously it's a crime, so it's not necessarily good, but okay. So in the pre-dawn hours of June 24th in Midtown Atlanta, A group of 6 young men descended upon the iconic rainbow-painted intersection by Blake's on the Park, intent on violence. So they slashed pride flags meant to honor the city's LGBTQ plus community. They even filmed themselves wielding knives and tearing down the vibrant fabric. At around 1:40 a.m., the police received frantic 911 calls of people going there in the middle of the street, popping wheelies, tearing up flags. 4 suspects, 3 18-year-olds and a 16-year-old, were apprehended fleeing on motorized scooters, and 2 conspirators remain at large. They were charged with obstruction, criminal charge, conspiracy, and prowling. Authorities are now investigating potential hate crime enhancements under Georgia's 2020 law and pending prosecutor review. A local is quoted saying, this is a really open and accepting community. To come here and actually do a hate crime, it just feels vulgar. Atlanta Pride issued a statement condemning the targeted vandalism and reaffirming its commitment to safety, visibility, and solidarity. The organization also issued a challenge. Those responsible are invited to experience the strength, diversity, and humanity of the October Pride Festival. So this is obviously not cool. Especially to be doing this during Pride Month.
No, that's absolutely fucking disgusting. What, did they think they were funny? Were they videotaping it?
They were videotaping it. And what I really want to say is especially that these are children. These are 3 18-year-olds and a 16-year-old.
They come from piece of shit homes.
They come from horrible homes. Yeah. We should not be teaching our children to feel this.
No.
Children do not inherently feel hate unless they're like Ted fucking Bundy.
Yeah.
You should I've good on the Atlanta Pride, issuing come hang out with us, see that they're just fucking people. They're people living their authentic lives. They're not hurting you. You're hurting people with your nasty point of views. Yeah. It's really sad to see young people participating in these hateful crimes because I think people like us,
especially a group of people, that's disgusting.
A group of people. So there's more than one person that thinks like this. And I think especially for our age, I feel a lot of us are when the older generations fizzle out, I feel we're going to be able to
really get a hold of it.
But I've always known that we won't, because I went to high school with guys that were racist or were prejudiced or were homophobic. And it's just crazy to me that
so once you take 2 steps forward to take 3 steps back. So I have one more.
Okay. Go.
It's about Diddy.
Oh.
So today, officially, the jurors have started their deliberations as far as his guilt or not guilt. So they haven't come out to final say yet. So, I mean, that's, they're getting there.
Oh, yeah. I did hear that they were doing deliberations.
Yeah, but there was a moment inside when they first started with the deliberations that one juror apparently was, becoming all, annoying. And the jurors were we're a little bit concerned that the specific juror, can't seem to follow the judge's instructions. So there was a kerfuffle that was happening inside of the chambers or whatever. My dad was that guy was definitely paid. For sure paid.
Oh, absolutely. To try to deflect and push the trial even further along. And
yeah, be difficult. Because there was apparently only one person that was being difficult. Off the rip. Did you see that Rotten Mango? I think her name is that her name, the true crime lady?
I've never heard of a Rotten Mango.
Oh, you haven't?
I love that.
I think it is Rotten Mango. But she was able to get actual permission to go. I don't know if she got permission per se, but she was amongst the press. The press.
Amongst the press.
Amongst.
I was she was depressed.
Okay, so if there's too many R's or there's too many S's, my lisp will come out, or I'll I can't speak regular.
That's okay.
That's hard in an irregular conversation to speak normal for me. But anyway, so she has permission to actually be there, and she was videotaping and I don't know if she was asking questions per se, or she was just in the courtroom while things were happening. And she said that Diddy turned, looked at her and goes, I know you. Lipped, I know you. And pointed at her. Because his thing apparently is whenever he comes in, he goes and gets seated, and then he looks at the press and acknowledges all the press that are there and stuff. And that's his whole spiel that he does whenever he gets into court. So she was and then she said that somebody else, I forgot who she was talking about, a known news station, I think turns you're gonna put that in your whatever, your podcast, right?
I would like go into hiding.
Blech!
Like, that's bad.
That Diddy turn.
And goes, I know you?
Yeah.
That means I'm going to kill you when I come out. All right, guys. Well, that's the latest from the graveyard. Stay ghouly.
But don't forget, we have a signed autograph from John Ray, Attorney John Ray.
Yeah, we're going to keep that, put that in the carousel this week.
Just so you know.
Sure.
Okay, bye.
Bye.